Hello, everyone. George is here, and welcome to a new episode of Creating Hypnotic Exponential Offers that help you create your a profit at 100% at 100% in your business, and also helps your business scale at 10x rate. So today we're going to talk about a like an issue that is happening in the market at a bigger scale today, why businesses fail and why businesses are going outside the market. And it's not only related to what's happening right now to into COVID and the economic crisis. We've been seeing this trend for so long. In the last 10 years, if you look at the last 5 or 10 years, you're going to see a big decline in some type of businesses. And the reason why is that happening is this is what we're going to cover in today's session. So why businesses fail and why we saw big giants fail, why we saw a big shift in the market, why businesses like we assumed they were like super big in their markets, and all of a sudden, and between days and nights, they lost everything. So you still remember lots of big names in the markets, like the Blockbuster. All of a sudden, they had like the whole market, and within a year or so, they lost almost like everything to Netflix. So what happened exactly with the Blockbuster? Why they were dominating the market? Why they had all the market share, and all of a sudden they lost everything? And also Nokia, like Nokia, they had almost 80% to 85% of the industry, of the cell phone industry, and they lost everything when the iPhone got released, and then Android after that. So you see also the Toys R Us, and we get like those kind of news every single day. Like now, every single day I open the news, I see there is a big brand or small businesses, they are going outside the business. And we're going to talk about like what are the factors, what we should do to prevent that from happening, how we can make ourselves, our businesses immune to that. So either like you are a consultant or coach, and you help business owners to scale to like to make more profit in their business, we should be aware of what's happening and those businesses and why it's happening, and this kind of market crash with those kind of brands, either like big brands or small businesses. So once we understand what's happening, we can apply and to prevent the same within our business and within our client's business. So also the last one, the last big failure, it was Quibbi. Quibbi, it's for people who don't know Quibbi, it's like Netflix, and they created that business because they wanted to be the other Netflix in the market, and just becoming or desiring to become the other product or the other solution in the market, it is a big failure by itself. So we're going to talk about why Quibbi, why Toys R Us, why Nokia, why Blockbuster, why like a small business at the mall always fail, whereas other businesses becomes like more immune. And some people, they may argue, they say, well, those big giants are going outside the market because of Amazon, or because of this, or because of that. And it's not right, because you go outside the market when you misuse, or when you don't know what you're going to do, and you don't know how to deliver or service the human beings or the customers or your niche market that you'll be serving. So lots of people, they go on the market, they go in sales, they go to sell a product and or an offer or a solution, and focusing so much on that solution, they forget that they need to understand their customer. They need to understand the what's happening in their customer life. They need to understand how they can help their customer use that medium that is called product, solution, or offer, so they can transition to something big in their life, in their family, in their situation, in their job, in their money, in their energy, in their time. So without figuring out those particles, it's going to be like super, super, super hard for you as an advisor or for you as an entrepreneur or business owners to figure out what is the system that you need to implement to get those things done. So those are the main factors that I have identified after studying all those failing businesses, either big brands or local businesses. So let's go through them one by one and how you can apply them in your business so you make your business also immune to those kinds of failures. So Quibbi, let's take Quibbi for instance, or Blockbuster, in those examples. So Quibbi, they just offered what we call the level one opportunity. Level one opportunity means that you create a solution that is just like a little bit better than the other solution that exists in the market. So Quibbi, they came to the market as the counterpart of Netflix. They are the opposite of Netflix. They are the competition of Netflix. And just being the other product, the other solution in the market will not work. Sometimes it may work for a while. Sometimes you may split the market between you and your competition, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt also your competition. But most likely, because you are the new entrant in the market, it's going to hurt you more than it hurts your competition. So level one opportunity, it becomes a like you are creating a solution, a product, an offer that is just like 1% better than the other solution that exists in the market. Even 10% is not enough, like in today's market. So literally, you cannot offer a solution unless you are increasing the value that you are providing. You are taking people to another kind of scale. It's not just like 1% or 2% or 10%. You have to go beyond 100%. You have to scale or to help those people scale with their time, with their career, with their life, with their families, with their needs, with their situations, with their desires, with their results at least 10 times. So this is one of the factors. Two, like being just 5 or 10% always fail, and that is the formula. Being 10x opportunity always win. So we have to keep that formula in our mind, and that's what happened exactly with the Quibbi. So to avoid that kind of failure, because Quibbi, when they failed, they had more than $2 billion in investment. So they collected all that money, and people and all those investors in the market, they got excited. They got excited not because of the solution, not because of the idea of Quibbi, but because the owner or the CEO of Quibbi, he was like one of those public figures. And because he was like that famous, investor thought that whatever he creates is going to work, and it doesn't work like that. And it was proven that the hype and the buzz that you can create on social media or in your marketing campaign could work for a while, but it's not going to be sustainable to make your business a success at the end. And that was the big failure behind Quibbi. So like look at Netflix, for instance, when they started in the market. So Netflix, when they have started, they switched the market. They took the market. They made a big swap in the market. They took the market from DVD, from the CD that Blockbuster used to sell, and they started to sell those on-demand movies online, like streaming online. It was a great idea. It was a new idea. People, they were not used to see like videos streamed through the internet without using CD or a DVD. So Netflix, when they started as an innovation. They took the market at least 10 times or maybe 100 times beyond the expectation of the market. And the market at that time, it was ready to receive, and they were ready to receive this kind of innovation. So they embraced the idea of Netflix, and this is when everything changed with Netflix in the market. So Netflix took the market, and at that time, Blockbuster, they lost their market. And when Quibbi came to do the same for Netflix, it failed because they didn't innovate enough. They didn't take that solution. They didn't take that offer 10 times or 100 times beyond the expectation of their customer or beyond the expectation of the market itself. So for that, Netflix still dominating because the players around Netflix, they were not smart enough or innovative enough to make the right moves, to take at least part of their market. So if you have a business and if you have a product or a solution, current product and a current solution, continuous innovation is needed, because if you don't continue innovating, you're going to lose the market. And this is what happened with Nokia and happened with Blockbuster. So Nokia, they lost the market to Android and iPhone because they didn't innovate, they didn't pay attention to the market shift, they didn't pay attention to the market's the mindset shift and their customer first. So when Android came into play and iPhone at the same time, they like people made that shift without even like spontaneous shift without even thinking. They went through that shift of technology and that shift of market without in a natural way. So they left Nokia, who owned at that time almost like 85% of that market. And I still remember like the CEO of Nokia, he was standing and crying and saying like we didn't do anything wrong. So he assumed that they didn't anything wrong, but if you investigate, the biggest problem they did is they didn't innovate, they didn't understand their market, they didn't continuously understand or try to understand the need and the shift in the market and the shift in the mindset of their customers. For that, they were able, or they lost the market, and Android, they were able to take over the whole market instead of Nokia. And the same happened with Blockbuster. They were selling CDs and DVDs, renting out and selling those DVDs that you take to watch a movie. And all of a sudden, Netflix came into play with a new innovation, and the market was ready for that. Blockbuster didn't invest to understand that shift in the market, so they didn't innovate in the way they present those kinds of offers or the kind of products they are selling, which is the video production. So they lost the market to Netflix. And then Quibbi came into play, and they thought we're going to do the same. But what the mistake that they did for Netflix or against Netflix is they didn't innovate also enough, and they didn't raise that expectation beyond like 10x or 100x. So they just offered something similar to Netflix, and this is why they have failed big time, even though they have raised more than $2 billion in investment. So keep those points in your mind if you are running a business or you are advising a business owner to scale their business or do something with their business or maybe increasing their profit. You have to keep that in your mind or in the mind of your customer. The last point I want to mention is the worst kind of business is like a Quibbi, like you start a business with a debt. So the best way to leverage that is to scale. Yeah, you don't go take a loan from the bank just to start a business. I think like this is a biggest mistake that most people do. And unless like you have a very, very, very innovative and very scalable plan, that could work. But just going and raising investment or getting on those all kind of debt just for the hype of startups and having all those kind of investments in your company, it's not going to work this way. So if you cannot create a prototype, if you cannot create a solution and sell that solution at a profit before you ask for any kind of investment, before you go in any kind of debt, it means two things. Either you don't know what you're going to do, or maybe you are not understanding the market itself. When you don't know what you're going to do, you don't have the right skills to make those those sales and how to approach your market in the right way. So for them to perceive like what you are offering them is going to be a high value, is going to advance their circumstances, is going to advance their results, it's going to advance their desired situation. So with that being said, I will leave you with those points to review and to apply them not only in your business, but also in every single business that you work with maybe a friend business. You don't have to be an advisor or a consultant or a coach to help a friend business or someone you already know in your community or your neighborhood with those kinds of at least paying attention to those points, especially the innovation, the level 1 opportunity, the 10x value. Because without those, in today's market, it's going to be so tough to stay in the market, whatever like you are selling, wherever you are selling, no matter what kind of market that you are selling in, either online, offline, small community, big city, is going to be almost the same, because the level of awareness of people in those days is changing big time. With that being said, if you have, I'd like to get your feedback in the comment section. If you have any question, any comment, any suggestion, please put that in the comment section below, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new topic about how to create exponential hypnotic offers that sells at 100% profit, and that helps your business to scale not only at 1x or 2x or 3x, but beyond 10x. With that being said, thank you so much for joining today. Don't forget to join my Facebook group, and also don't forget to subscribe and like the video, share with interested people you may think. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.